Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different, and again, if you see Otis, ignore him. He's on the desk right now. But today we are doing a full face of makeup that I am getting rid of. So I did a video that had two parts of all the makeup I'm getting rid of, and I have added new things to this box right here. It's full of all the makeup I'm getting rid of. Today is just going to be a full face of makeup I'm getting rid of. I think I have everything to do a full face, but I may not have eyeliner or something for my eyebrows. I'm not entirely sure what's in this box. I don't know if I have mascara either, because if I don't like them, I just kind of throw them away. I don't give them away because, you know, bacteria and stuff, but powders and stuff you can sanitize fairly easy. And I don't know, so I have this whole box of stuff. So subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, so I think I pulled out everything as much as I can anyway to try to do a full face. Like I said, I don't keep eyeliners or things like that, but I did find a mascara in my collection that I did purposely set aside to do this video. So I have a mascara, but I don't have any eyeliner or anything like that, but I'll just skip eyeliner. Not a big deal. So the first thing I want to start with is Otis's tail is in my face. This CoverGirl Outlast All Day Primer. It's a makeup wear extender. It says it's an all-day primer, keeps your makeup looking fresh. Apply a dime-sized amount to face before applying makeup. It's oil-free. I thought I'd like this foundation because, or this primer, because when I tried it, it's like I swatched it on the back of my hand before I put it on my face, and it felt very tacky, which is nice for a primer sometimes. And when I put it on, it felt really, really dry, and I was like, okay, that can happen sometimes. So I moisturized the next time I used it before. I have dry skin anyway, and it just didn't do anything for me. My sister loves this. My sister Megan loves this primer. She swears by it, but to me, I just felt like it didn't do anything. I felt like it didn't make my makeup last any longer. It didn't moisturize. It didn't smooth my skin out. It didn't do anything that I look for in a primer. And Otis, do you agree with that? Oh, here, sit in my lap, honey. Yeah, it was a mediocre primer is basically what I'm saying. I didn't like it at all. So I'm gonna give this away to somebody who I think would like it a little bit more, and I'm looking for a mirror because I need a mirror. So it's a white primer, and it almost looks like Elmer's glue, but you know, it feels kind of like glue too. Like, so I thought, you know, when I put it on, I was like, oh, it's gonna make my makeup last really long. It didn't, and it actually made all my foundations that I love, that I can use with like pretty much any primer, just break up around my nose and my forehead really, really bad. And I don't usually have a problem with my foundation ever breaking up, so that was something that I found really, really odd, and that I just didn't care for. So I'm getting rid of this primer. I've only used it, I think, like 5 or 6 times, and I just wasn't the biggest fan. I don't think this made it into my video of makeup I'm getting rid of. I did film that video, I think, back in December. So I did clean out my collection and organize it a little bit more since then, and I have filmed a Organize With Me video, but I don't think that's up yet. So some of these things that you see in this video are actually gone now by the time that organization video goes up. But this, to me, I would just pass on. I like the packaging. I like how simple it looks, if my camera will focus on it. I do like how simple it looks, but I would just skip on this primer in general. The e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer is really, really good from the drugstore. I like the Maybelline primers. Do not like the CoverGirl ones at all. At least that one, that's the only one I've tried. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do is foundation. I actually don't have a concealer, so I guess I'm just gonna not put on concealer. But I did have a concealer, but I ended up throwing it away. I had the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I got rid of that, and I did throw it away just because I didn't process that I would need it for this video. But this is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation on the Go. This was in the shade 20 Classic Ivory. Maybelline makes my favorite drugstore foundations. If you're subscribed to my channel, you know that. But I really just wasn't the biggest fan of this. It's not anything wrong per se with the actual foundation itself. It's just not my favorite. I'm trying to keep Otis from knocking all these products off. It's just not my favorite. You know, I prefer a more full coverage foundation. This is really light coverage. I do have lighter coverage foundations, but this just, it's too light for me. I didn't like the way it sat on my skin. I do have drier skin. I know some people with dry skin love this foundation. I just have not found a cushion foundation that I actually like. I think maybe I'm just too picky on them. But yeah, I'm gonna use a little adapter it comes with because why not? And not to mention the foundation, this one is way too dark for me. I mean, like way too dark. The Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, they renamed it, I think it's like the Satin Mousse or something now, is an amazing foundation from Maybelline. I like both of the Maybelline Fit Me's. I prefer the Dewy and Smooth one, but I like both of them. I'm telling you, if you guys own a cat, you understand completely. I mean, I swear, he wanted nothing to do with me until I sat down and got busy, and now he's like, Mom, hello, pay attention to me. But, you know, an hour ago when I was trying to pet him, he wanted nothing to do with me. So, what's it like owning a cat? Pretty much this, all the time. He's just in my space all the time, and he really could care less. Contour, this is the Hard Candy Look Pro Ultimate Contour in Sculpt Kit to light to medium. It looks like this. I'm gonna use this cream shade. This actually isn't a bad product. I will start by saying that first, because I have used it in the past, and I'm looking for a brush. I have used this in the past, and I did like it. I thought it was nice. Once I got my Tarte Pro Glow, my Tarteist Pro Glow, I really stopped using this. This formula is a little bit drier, a little bit stiffer, so it's a little bit more difficult to work with. If you're a beginner, especially at cream contouring, I feel like you'd like this. But for me, I prefer my Tarte one. So I just didn't have a purpose for this anymore. It's really, really dry too, and on my dry skin, it just, cream contour can look more natural, but it was just way too dry. And I'm actually gonna try using one of these creams as a concealer, but yeah, it's just way too dry. Again, I learned how to contour with cream, a product very similar to this, so it does work. So if you know, have it and you can make it work, that's awesome. I feel like I've tried everything to get this product to work for me, and I just can't get it to work. I don't like it at all. I prefer my Tarte one. So if you have been thinking about getting a cream contour powder, or like a cream contour powder, a cream contour in a palette, I would recommend the Tarte one. I prefer the Tarte one over this. I'm trying mixing these two together for a concealer and hope that this works out. I've never used these as concealer, but I don't have one, and I'm gonna try. I have used these creams before trying to brighten my face. I've never used them as a concealer, and I didn't really like them. Again, I felt like they were too dry for my dry skin. I felt like they were too stiff. They're a little bit hard to blend. They're a little bit difficult, I think, to work with in general, and you know, that just, I had how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I'm going to set my face using the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating Foundation in the shade Fair. This product is not a bad product, it's just way too dark for my skin, and it darkens my foundation. It's so dark, so I'm gonna set my face with this so I get even darker, but I just cannot deal with a tacky foundation. I don't like that at all. But yeah, I just, you know, sometimes I can't like everything. You know, I can't like everything. And I did drag that foundation down my neck, and you see the difference. I drug it down my neck, and I still have a really pale neck. Just ignore it. But I don't like these products, so it is what it is. To bronze now, I'm gonna go back into this. I'm going to use this very orange bronzer. And no product in this whole palette works for me. This bronzer is just way too orange for me. I don't like things this warm on my skin. But, you know, that's what this video is about. Products that I'm getting rid of. For my blush today, I'm going to take this H10 palette. This is from Amazon, and it doesn't have a brand name on it or anything. This is what it looks like right here. These blushes are actually really, really nice. I just don't use them. They're really, really pigmented, so if you have this, I'd be very careful with it. They're really pigmented, so I'm gonna take this like peachy one right here. I'm just getting rid of this because I never ever used it. And I didn't use it because it was so pigmented. I like pigmented blushes, but I don't want them so pigmented to where I have to be careful about using them. Then it just kind of, I just don't use them, and I never used it. I never saw myself reaching for it for my channel or having any purpose, so I'm just getting rid of it. Then this highlighter palette. This is the Beauty Gems highlighting palette, and it looks like this. This palette is not a bad palette at all. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the highlighters in here. They're more on the natural side, and I don't really love natural highlighters. And I have my e.l.f. one, and I think I left it in the video. I'm not sure if I left it in the clip or not, but my organized video that I filmed, I compared this to the e.l.f. illuminating palette, and out of the shades I use in that palette and the shades in here, I prefer the e.l.f. one. So I just thought I'd pass this one on. I've only used it a couple times. I'm going to use this white shade today, but I've only used it a couple times, so it's still pretty good. I just prefer a more blinding highlight. For my eyebrows, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit in the shade Ash Brown. I used this on my channel for a while. It's just the completely wrong shade for me, so I'm getting rid of it because it's a completely wrong shade. So I don't have an eyeshadow primer that I'm getting rid of, but I'm going to use the Hard Candy Look Pro Matte Eyeshadow Pro Palette. I feel like I'm the only person on the entire planet that did not like this. I felt like the shadows were not pigmented at all. They were very, very, very difficult to work with, and I'm just dreading using it right now. So I'm going to first take this shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my transition color. I just felt like everybody talked about this palette for a long time on YouTube, and it's not worth really anything. This was one of the most disappointing products I think I've ever tried. So I'm gonna take this purple shade, I guess, and put that on the outer edge of my eye. They're not pigmented really at all. I feel like for a beginner, these would be okay, but I did not like these at all. Like, look at that. There is no pigment to these. And I'm gonna take my finger and just pack on this shade right here. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Wear Mascara. I hated this mascara entirely, so I'm just gonna use it one last time and then throw it away. I prefer really volumizing mascaras, and all this does is basically make my eyelashes black. Like, that's it. It doesn't add length, it doesn't add curl, it doesn't do anything else except make my eyelashes black. Lastly, for my lips, this is the, I want to say Rimmel, or it's Revlon Silver City Pink lipstick. Just a frosty lipstick, and I do not wear frost lipsticks ever. I mean, look at that. I hate frosty lipsticks on me. Like, I feel like some people can really pull them off, but I feel like me, no, I cannot pull them off. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I've never done a full face of makeup I'm getting rid of video. So if you guys liked it, just let me know, give a thumbs up, let me know in the comments on social media, and I can definitely do more as I get more things I don't like in the future. But these are just some things that I pulled out of that box that I just didn't like, and you know, I can't like every product. The biggest thing I'm hating right now is this foundation. It's just way too dark for me. So subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you don't upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.